Hi, my students. I hope all of you are okay. Today, in this lesson, we are going to talk about wish clauses, if only. The verb wish expresses a desire for a situation that doesn't exist now. If only can often be used instead of wish, but it's also used like wish to talk about regrets. It means things that we would like to change either about the past or the present. And be careful, if only is more emphatic than wish. We can divide wish into three parts: a wish about the present, a wish about the past, a wish about the future, complaint or annoyance. We will check all of them now. Let's start with the first one, a wish about the present. We form wish clauses using past simple to express our wishes or regrets for the present. Please be careful. Here, we can talk about our wishes or regrets for the present by using past simple form. Let's check the examples together. I live in Adana now. I don't live in Mersin, but I want to live in Mersin. This is my wish for now, for present. And I can say, I wish I lived in Mersin now. As you see, we are talking about a present wish, but we have to use past simple form of the verb. And the second one, I don't know where he is, so I can't contact him now. I wish I knew where he is. It means it's a pity that I don't know where he is. There is an important note here for you. We use were instead of was for the following pronouns: I, he, she, or it. With this form, like the second conditional. Like the second conditional, in the wish clauses for the present, we use were instead of was with these pronouns. Let's check the examples to understand better. For example, Utku isn't as tall as his friend Cenk. As you see here, the present form of the verb to be is used. So for the wish clause, Utku wishes that, you can also use that here. Utku wishes that he were as tall as his friend Cenk. Instead of was, we use were with the pronoun he. Let's go on with other examples. Edith has a lot of homework, so she can't come to the cinema with you. When we look at the sentence, we can understand that it's impossible for Edith to come to the cinema with you because she has a lot of homework. It's the kind of present situation. And she wishes she didn't have a lot of homework and she could come to the cinema with you. There are some examples here. Let's check them together. The first one, I have to stay at home today. It's a kind of present situation, but I don't want to stay at home. So my wish can be like that. If only or I wish, you can also use if only instead of I wish. I wish I didn't have to stay at home today. Don't forget, we have to use the past simple form with the wish clause part. And the second one, he is working now. He is working now. We are talking about present. And he wishes he weren't working now. As you see, in the first sentence, present continuous is used, and with the wish clause part, we have to use past continuous tense to express our wishes or regrets for the present. And the last one, it's raining heavily, so I can't go out with you now. It's impossible for me to go out with you now because it's raining heavily. But I wish it weren't raining heavily and I could go out with you now. Instead of I wish, you can also use if only. If only it weren't raining heavily and I could go out with you now. Let's do some exercises. Write the correct wishes about the situations below. Just I'll wait for a while for you to check the sentences and write the correct wishes about these situations. Let's start the first one. My brother isn't tall enough to play basketball. Yes, he wants to play basketball, but he isn't tall enough to play it. So he wishes he were tall enough to play basketball. And here, just I want to remind you something. With the subjects he, she, or it, we use wishes. And with the subjects I, you, we, they, we use wish. Like the simple present tense. Don't forget about it. And the second one, I don't have blue eyes and dark hair. Yes, I want to have blue eyes and dark hair, but it's impossible because I don't have. But I can say, I wish I had blue eyes and dark hair. And the third one, Yeşim is too shy, so she doesn't have a lot of friends. She doesn't have a lot of friends because she's too shy. But we can say, Yeşim or she wishes that she weren't too shy and had a lot of friends. As you see, we use were or weren't instead of was or wasn't with the pronouns I, he, she, or it. And the last one, my best friend doesn't trust me. Really, I want her to trust me, but she doesn't trust me. I can say, I wish my best friend trusted me. Let's go on with the second one, a wish about the past. This time we are going to talk about the past. We form wish clauses using past perfect to express our regrets about the past situations. It means something that we did or happened in the past or we didn't happen in the past. And now we regret about the past. This time we are talking about the past situations. And these situations are the things or actions that happened in the past, and now we feel regret about them. This means we want to have been able to change a situation in the past, which is impossible now. There are some examples here. For example, I was ill yesterday, so I missed the party. When we look at the sentence, this is a kind of past action, and it happened yesterday. I was ill yesterday, so I couldn't go to the party. I missed the party, and I feel regret about it now. So I can say, I wish I hadn't been ill yesterday. So we use past perfect tense for the wishes about past situations. And the second one, she had to work yesterday, so she couldn't go to the cinema with them. Again, this is a kind of past action. So we can say she wishes she hadn't had to work yesterday. And also, let's remember past perfect tense. We have to use had and the past participle form of the verb. In other words, verb 3 in past perfect tense. Just remember. And the third one, I didn't have enough money on me, so I couldn't lend him some. I wish I had had enough money on me, but I didn't have. And the last one, it was driving very fast at the time of the accident, so the person he hit got seriously injured. And we can say he wishes he hadn't been driving fast at the time of the accident. So be careful. We use past perfect tense for the past tense form. And here, as you see, past continuous form is used, and this time we have to use past perfect continuous form. Let's do some exercises. Write sentences about these people who are not happy about things in the past. There are 3 sentences here. Please check them and try to write sentences about these people. Yes, the first one. I bought this house. Now I regret buying it. When we look at the first sentence, I bought this house. It's a kind of past action, finished, completed action. I did it. But now I feel regret about this action. So we can say, I wish or if only I hadn't bought that house. This time you have to use past perfect tense. And the second one, Ella didn't listen to my advice. Now she's sorry. And we can say, Ella wishes she had listened to my advice, but she didn't do it. That's why she's sorry now. And the third one, my father bought an old car because he didn't have enough money for a new one, but it has cost him a lot of money in repairs. We can say, my father wishes he hadn't bought an old car and had borrowed the money from the bank to buy a new car, a new one. And the other one, a wish about the future. We form wish clauses using would to express our wishes for the future, not for the situations that are really possible in the future. We also use would to express what we want another person to do or not to do something, often because we are annoyed or when we want something to happen. It's a kind of complaint or annoyance. Let's check the examples together. The first one, I am sure it will be a wonderful picnic. When we look at the sentence, it's not a kind of present or past situation, it's the kind of future situation. And I wish you would come too. For this time, we can use would for the wishes for future. It means I want you to come. And the second one, you are driving too fast. It's a kind of complaint about the present situation. And again, we can use would with the wish clause part. I wish you would slow down. It means I want you to slow down. And the third one, she is thinking about studying abroad, but I don't want to be away from her. So I wish she would change her mind because I want her to change her mind. I don't want to be away from her. So I wish she would change her mind. And the last one, it's raining heavily and I don't want to go out in the rain. So I wish it would stop raining because I want the rain to stop in a short time. Or we can also say, I wish it stopped raining now. There is an important note here. But when the subjects of the wish clause and the subclause parts are the same, we cannot use would. We can use could or past tense. Like that, let's check the examples. For example, I have to work tomorrow. I have to work tomorrow. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow. When we look at the subjects, the subject of the wish clause part is I, and the subject of the subclause part is I. That's why we cannot use would for future, for tomorrow. This time we have to use could or past tense. I wish I didn't have to work tomorrow. And the second one, I don't think I have spare time tomorrow to help you. Again, we are talking about tomorrow, and both the subjects are the same. So, I wish I could help you. Instead of would, we can use could or past tense here. Let's do some exercises. Complete the following sentences with the correct forms of the verbs given in brackets. Please check the sentences first and then we will do it together. Yes, the first one. My mother wishes I would take her to the hospital for her operation this weekend. We are talking about future. We are talking about this weekend. And also, the subject of the wish clause and the subject of the subclause part is different from each other. So that's why we can use would here. My mother wishes I would take her to the hospital. And the second one, I wish people wouldn't cut the trees anymore. It's a kind of complaint, it's a kind of annoyance. This time we can also use would again. And the negative form of would, I wish people wouldn't cut the trees anymore. And the third one, we wish we could win the match next Sunday. We will be this year's champion then. And you see, the subject of the wish clause part is we, and the subject of the subclause part is we. That's why we cannot use would. Instead of would, we can use could. And also, it's a kind of ability for feature. And four, I wish the bell would ring for break. I would really like a cup of tea. And five, she can't come with us tomorrow, and she is disappointed about this. She wishes she could come with us tomorrow. Another exercise, complete the following sentences using the correct forms of the verbs given in brackets. Some of the verbs are in passive forms. Don't forget about it. And be careful about the time of the situations and be careful about the wish clauses. The first one, most people wish they blank more free time than they do, but it means they don't have more free time. So we can use most people wish they had more free time than they do. And the second one, I wish there weren't coronavirus now and we were together. we were together, but it's impossible for now because there is coronavirus now and we can't come together or we aren't together. And the third one, I really wish I could have stayed till the end of the party, but I had to leave early to write an essay for the next day. As you see here, this is a kind of action happened in the past. And here we feel regret for this past action. That's why we have to use the past form of could. And four, if only my father and mother wouldn't keep or didn't keep arguing with each other all the time. There is never any peace in our house. It's a kind of annoyance also. It's a kind of complaint. So we can use both would and also past simple form. And five, it's strange. Many people spend their lives wishing they were retired, but when they actually retire, they get bored and wish they were still working. It is strange. Many people spend their lives wishing they were retired, but when they actually retire, they get bored and wish they were still working. Let's go on. Again, first, check the sentences and try to do them on your own. I'll wait for a while for you, then we'll check your answers together. Yes, question 6. I wish people's individual beliefs were respected by others. And the passive form you can see here. If only we spent more time trying to get along with others and less time criticizing them, the world would probably be a more peaceful place. And question 7. I wish you would stop making so much noise. It's a kind of complaint, annoyance. And 8. Aslı's mother wishes she could do well in the final exams next week. And question 9. Daphne wishes her father hadn't gone to Russia on business. She misses him. So it means that her father went to Russia on business and she feels regret about it now. That's why we have to use past perfect tense here. And the last one, I wish I hadn't eaten so much already. I would like a dessert, but I am full. So it means that I ate so much, but I feel regret about it. So I wish I hadn't eaten so much. It's a kind of important note also. We can use wish with the infinitive to mean would like. This is very formal. We don't usually use a continuous tense with wish in this case. For example, I wish to see the manager. This means the same as I would like or I want to see the manager. I wish to see the manager. I would like to see the manager. I want to see the manager. All of them are the same here. And the second one, I wish to go now, or I would like to go now, or I want to go now. Another note, wish plus somebody plus something. This is used mostly in set phrases. I wished him a happy birthday. Wish somebody something. I wished him a happy birthday. For example, they wished us Merry Christmas. Wish somebody something. They wished us Merry Christmas. Or wish me luck in the exam. Wish somebody something. Wish me luck in the exam. Wish someone or somebody something. That's all for now. Thanks for listening.